Well, it's the winter here in India, and that means only one thing is the Australian home summer. And 2025 and 2026 means only one thing it's the Ashes, it's Australia versus England, it's the old rivalry, it's that fierce excitement of the year. And obviously, this Ashes actually has so much kind of a tendency to be more fearful because of the Buzz and McCullum, what it did on Ben Stokes and McCullum, the pass ball that they invented, the entire approach for them to be aggressive. And the new invention of Test match was to win the Ashes, which they haven't won for a very long time, almost like 2 decades now. They haven't won anything here. Last time they won in Australia a series was 10 and 11, and since then they have gone 13 defeats in 15 Test matches, two drawn Test matches, most aware because of those rains towards the fag end of the Australian summer when it rains in Sydney. This series is excellent. Obviously, Australia have been blew away by the two major setbacks of their captain Pat Cummins not being available for the opening test at the Optus Stadium in Perth, and then obviously they got another major setback that Josh Hazel, who has been absolutely brilliant form in the ODI series against India leading up to the Ashes, has been also ruled out. He played that one Shield game against Victoria for NSW at the Sydney ground and then felt something on his side strain and then have been ruled out. Brendan Doggett can be the person who can make his debut, but there are lots of responsibility on Stark now. Lyon, there's questions. I saw some of the questions that will Australia make a dry surface to help Lyon? I don't think he will be able to do that a week prior to the Ashes, especially when you are playing on those bounce surfaces. Obviously, a role of the Stark will be massive now, and obviously others have to also do the job. Australia have to find their opener. That's another question. I'm not sure about Khawaja's fitness. Shayna, Waddell also going to make his debut, I guess, and it's a little bit question on the Australian batting for England. It's how much will they be able to keep fresh up their two premier pacers, Jofra Archer and Marco. Those will be really, really important in this series. And then the others one around them, there's no Jimmy, no Broad for the very first time for a long time in Australia. So there's another thing. Ben Stokes, how much can he keep himself fresh for the series? But there's so many questions for England. How will they go? Will there be a point where they will be 50/5, and will they have the risk or the kind of aggression to go hard against those Australian bowlers? So that's another question. So going into the series, my prediction is Australia winning. Australia winning 3-2. I think it's a very close series, but 3-2 Australia winning. What's your take on this? What's your prediction on it? Do let us know in the comment box. Thanks.